We're Designing Spaces, the show that's all about you and your space, your home and surroundings. I'm Debbie Marie.
And I'm David Jones. As you can see, we are ready for some do-it-yourself, refresh, and redo projects to make your home a better place to live.
Okay, but are we really going to take on these projects here now?
Yeah, I have a tool belt, hello, and you have a pencil. We'll give it a try, but the best bet will be let the great DIY ideas and tips come from the pros that you're going to see on today's show.
This is true. All right, well, I'm ready to take it on, so stick around and see it all right here on Designing Spaces. Looking good.
Yeah.
Countertop. That is.
Well, it is looking good. And you know, most homeowners don't really know how to treat their expensive stone countertops. They do need maintenance.
Well, aren't you just the smart one? How did you learn so much about care for granite countertops?
We do have connections. Jody Darren has the story and all the great helpful nuggets of info. Take a look at this.
Missed a spot there. Yeah, there you go. Got it.
The beauty of natural stone, granite, slate, marble, and travertine has found its way into many homes. Now part of modern interior design, stone combines both function and form. But what do we really know about maintaining natural stone? Designing Spaces traveled to South Florida to Boca Kitchens and Floors and met up with Marcela Prado to take a look at how you can keep your stone counters looking their best. What a great showroom.
Yeah.
Now, Marcella, so many homeowners have granite or stone countertops in their kitchens and bathrooms, and they figure once it's installed, they don't really need to maintain it. So is that really the truth?
Actually, it's not. Special stone in your bathroom, floors, and kitchen definitely deserve, special treatment. So you want to make sure that you have a product that was going to help prevent oils and waters to penetrate it through.
Okay. Now, with granite, that typically comes from the manufacturer and it's pre-stain treated, right?
That's actually not the case. Not all stones come pre-treated, but the best way to test is you actually put a little bit of water on your countertop or floors and see if it darkens. If it darkens, that means that you need to put some sealer on your countertops or floors. If it doesn't darken, then you're pretty much good to go.
Okay, well that's easy to test and good to know.
Yeah.
So let's check out another showroom, shall we?
Sounds great, yeah.
Oh, this is a really beautiful kitchen too.
It is.
Now, every busy kitchen needs to be cleaned every day. So, can we use a regular all-purpose cleaner here?
Actually, we don't recommend it. All-purpose cleaners can actually dull and degrade your sealer. So we do have a product called Granite Marble Cleaner and Protector that you can use. And that product actually has a little bit of sealer in it. So if you do cause any damage to your stone, it will repair it.
Perfect.
Yeah, and we also have soap scum remover and mold and mildew remover, which we recommend for the bathroom.
Okay, well, let's say we just want to enhance the countertop or give it a little bit of a pop. What can we do then?
We have a product called Stone Enhancer, and actually, here's a little demo we have here, and actually you can see on the left side how dark it has gotten and this color has popped. On the right side, it's not sealed. So you can see the difference in the color enhancing that it does. So you can use that.
Absolutely, and that's much more beautiful that way too.
Yes.
Excellent. Well, where can we find the products and where can we learn more?
Actually, you can find the products at Lowe's, Floor & Decor, or you can go on our website, stonecare.dupont.com.
Marcella, thank you so much. This has been quite an education.
Thanks.
If you'd like to see this segment again, you can go to our website, designingspaces.tv, and you'll also find a link to the DuPont Stone Care product website. I'm Jody Darren. See you soon.
Hey, Debbie, looking good.
Hey, thanks.
Do you have any idea what you're doing?
Nope, not at all.
You know, I know nothing about sandpaper. We really should watch this next segment.
We really should. I really hope it's about sandpaper.
Yes, it is.
Hi, my name is Amy, and I love flea markets and I love garage sales. There's so many things that you can find there. You can't find them anywhere else. I collect books, I collect artwork, pillows, anything that's old and vintage looking. I love it. But lately, I've been on a little furniture kick. I've been collecting some small chairs, some shelving, and outdoor patio furniture. I I got this piece here at a flea market just down the street. I got it for a steal, so I couldn't resist it. This one I might end up keeping myself because I really love it. This is my hanging wall basket here, and I cannot wait to put some pretty little flowers in it. Some of the stuff I'm going to resell, some of the stuff I keep for myself. I want to refinish it. I know that I have to do some sanding, but it's a little overwhelming to me. I really don't know where to start.
I'm Paul Krupa with Norton Abrasives. I hear Amy has a dilemma with a furniture refinishing project, and I'm here to help her out.
Okay, Paul, so this is my first project here. It's a metal chair. I love it. The paint, as you can see, is already starting to chip and flake off. So where do I start?
Actually, this is a great first project. Perfect for a beginner. Very simple.
Okay.
To completely strip the chair and refinish it, and it'll look like a professional job when you're done.
All right, well, when I go to the hardware store, I'm a little overwhelmed. There's just so many products to choose from. How do I know which sandpaper I pick, what type of grit? I need help with that.
When you're in the hardware store standing in front of that bay, it's very intimidating.
Yeah.
There are probably 100 different products to pick. There are products for metal, products for wood, products for drywall, and sanding and sandpaper and stripping products are really quite easy to figure out if you understand a few things about grit size.
Okay, make it simple for me.
I'll make it simple. Grit size is simple. The smaller the number, the coarser the product.
Okay.
The bigger the number, the finer the product. So a number like 36 would be a coarse or extra coarse stripping product, and a number like 400 would be a finished sanding product or a final sanding product.
Okay, well, where do we start?
Well, we start by getting a stripping product, which is called a rapid strip wire brush.
All right.
So it's somewhat flexible, and the product will work very rapidly to strip and remove all the loose paint and most of the rest of the paint that's not bonded to the surface. But before we use the product, we should put safety glasses on because our eyesight is most important.
Absolutely. Okay, let's put those on.
Well, Amy, it looks like we're just about done. The next step is to do the final sanding, and we'll do that with a sanding sponge, Norton 3X 100 grit sanding sponge, to do the final sanding to give you a surface for the paint to bond to. Wow, Amy, this looks fantastic.
Yeah, I love it. And you know, it really wasn't that hard, and it didn't take too long.
Well, that's what happens when you use premium products to do a job like this. Not only do they last longer and work better, but you get the job done faster, and you get a much more professional result.
I love it. I'm really happy with it. But while I have you here, I have one more piece of furniture. It's a wood table. Okay. Can we go look at it while you're here?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go.
Okay, great. Okay, Paul, so here's my cute little table that I got. I love it, but it's got a little bit of damage up here. So what would I use for this wood?
Well, this is a great project where you're actually going to use sandpaper and also sanding sponges if you want to. But because of the damage, we're actually going to have to strip all the finish off so that you have a nice uniform project when you're finished and ready to stain it. What we'll start with is a coarse grit like 60 grit, which is more than coarse enough to strip the finish. And then after we use the 60 grit, we're going to move up to 100 grit. And 100 grit is going to take the 60 grit scratches out. And then after we sand with 100 grit, we're going to move to 150 grit. And 150 grit will give you a nice uniform scratch pattern that will make this table look very good.
Great. And where do I get it?
You can get it at your local hardware store or home improvement center.
Okay. Thanks so much for your help.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
it.
Thank you.
Well, Paul really gave me some great tips on how to finish the rest of my projects. I can't wait to get back to the flea market and garage sales and find some more stuff to work on. It really wasn't as hard as I thought.
For more information, visit nortonconsumer.com to see the line of DIY products that can help you with your home projects. And be sure to visit us at designingspaces.tv.
The do-it-yourself attitude is gaining an increasingly large foothold with many homeowners.
For example, Exhibit A.
Ready to work. Well, what we have next is an excellent case study in taking on a project, a glass tile backsplash, and having the right materials to pull it off with professional results.
They're not letting us anywhere near this project, are
No,
they?
not at all. Watch this.
The do-it-yourself attitude is gaining an increasingly large foothold with many homeowners. They are taking on home improvement projects that allow them a degree of expression and accomplishment that pays off in a beautiful home with personality. Take, for example, Melanie, who has recently gotten interest in DIY projects for the home and is ready to finish off a new glass tile backsplash she recently created in her kitchen.
My husband and I decided that we wanted to do something that would become the centerpiece of our kitchen, and we wanted to do it by ourselves. We decided we wanted to go for a backsplash. We knew the colors that we wanted, and we knew we wanted to incorporate lighting, so glass tile was definitely the way to go. But now we're at the most critical point, and the last touch, which is the grout. And if it doesn't look professional, the whole effect of the backsplash that we've done is going to be totally ruined.
Designing Spaces is always interested in DIY, so we teamed up Melanie with Scott Banda, who is the North American Marketing Manager for Bostik, a leading manufacturer of adhesives, grouts, and other tile and stone installation materials, for some suggestions and tips on achieving a professional result with DIY tiling projects.
So you can see what we've done with the backsplash.
Yeah, that's great.
Thanks. We're just at a point where we need to grout.
Yeah, first of all, you've created a great look here. I like the nice combination of materials. You have the natural stone, the clear glass, and the frosted, and it really complements this countertop really, really well.
Yeah.
And you're right about grout. Grout's the final step in the installation process, and it's one of the most important steps because you want to have nice, clean, and smooth grout joints. And I happen to have the perfect product for you. So it's time to pick a color.
Okay.
You take a look here.
This is the fun part.
Probably something from the brown family.
Oh, really? Okay. So, let's see. So I'm throwing in there. I don't know. That's kind of dark. Those are kind of beige, maybe two. You know what? I think I like this one.
That looks great. Yeah, that's amber.
Okay.
That'll look sharp.
Yeah, good.
And here it is right here. This is what we call a pre-mixed urethane grout. And this specific product is made with 80% recycled glass content. There's nothing else like it on the market. And with a glass tile installation like this, it's really ideal because it allows light to pass through the grout joint and into the tile itself, which brings the whole appearance of the backsplash to a whole different level, giving it a lot more depth.
Mm-hmm. So what's the difference between this and regular grout?
This is actually pre-mixed and ready to use. Traditional grouts, like a cement-based grout, you'd have to add water or different additives to give it some of the properties that this has. So there's no measuring or mixing. It's very simple to use that way. It's also highly crack and stain resistant, which makes it ideal for a backsplash like this. And because it has a built-in sealer to it, you never have to use any type of secondary sealer coatings over the life of the installation. So before we get started, we want to wear the proper safety equipment. So here's your safety glasses and gloves.
Okay.
And we recommend that you read our material safety data sheet before starting.
Scott really put me at ease when he described the grout that we would be using on my new glass tiles. But then I got really nervous when he said that I would have to do it all by myself. Yikes. But with him as my guide, I know that we're going to do it without messing up my new glass backsplash.
Okay, so here's what we need to get started. We need a grout float, we need a flat sponge, a pail of clean water, and obviously the grout. First step will be to take your sponge, put it in the water, and you want to wring that sponge so that it's nearly dry.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Now give that surface a quick wipe. What you're doing there is you're actually removing any dirt or debris, but you're also putting the thin coating of water down, so it's going to help us during the cleanup phase. So this product is what we call a clean-as-you-go product. So you're going to do a small section, then we're going to clean that up, and then we're going to move down the wall. Take a scoop, apply it to the wall. Be sure to pack the joints nice and tightly.
Okay,
and just
should I
use an
start up here or
start
down
low
here?
and use an upward motion. When you're coming through for that final kind of squeegee step, hold it on the 45 and just come up. Now take your sponge, do a little wipe with the sponge. Okay, again, we're making sure all the water's out of that. And hold the sponge flat, and just go with some nice wide swipes. There you go. So that's it, really. You continue down the wall using that same process.
That's so easy. Scott had me feeling like a pro. Not only could I do it myself, but I was enjoying it, and all my fears of botching my project vanished once I started applying the grout by myself, and now I have such a sense of accomplishment.
Well, your work looks great, and that's our whole goal at Bostik, to bring people like yourself commercial-grade solutions with do-it-yourself simplicity.
Scott, after this, I'm definitely tiling the bathroom. So where can I find the premixed Bostik grout?
You can find a distributor near you by going to one of our two websites, bostik-us.com or bostikdiy.com.
Great. Thank you. I am so happy
You're welcome.
with my backsplash.
It looks awesome.
Hey, Mom. Yeah, it looks great. It really does look like a professional did it.
For more information, go to designingspaces.tv.
All right, you know, this is really starting to hurt.
Yeah, well, hand protection is important for most DIY projects. No blisters, cuts, or abrasions.
Ah, gloves. Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now he gets it. There's a glove for every purpose. Rhonda Castagna has the story. Watch this.
So much better.
Home maintenance and do-it-yourself projects are pretty popular here on Designing Spaces, so we want to make sure that all of our viewers are taking care of their hands as they're taking on those around-the-house projects. So joining us today from Ansell is Kathy Peterson, a DIY expert who is very much aware of what is needed to take care of your hands as you do those projects. Kathy, it's so great to have you here today.
Rhonda, thanks for having me.
Now, we're going to take a look around this house and see some possible DIY projects that we might encounter, and then ways to protect our hands as we work on those projects.
Right, and there are so many different projects we're going to show you today. For example, this is a great glove to wear around the pool to protect you from solvents and chemicals. If you're working with tools and, scrapers or anything that's cutting, you want to protect your hand from cuts. This is a great glove to have. You love to garden, and this matches your outfit so well. Then it's for the lady as well. Looks nice, but it's also going to protect your hands from calluses and things like that. And then for the heavy-duty, DIYer that likes to do, the heavy stuff, this is the perfect glove for those types of jobs.
All right, let's get started.
Okay.
Okay, so here we've got two common projects. We have broken glass and then also a tiling project underway. How many times have we tried to pick up broken glass with our hands?
Way too many times, and too many cuts from that as well. So here we've got a whole pile of broken glass. And these are the Ansell cut protection gloves. So you really want to make sure. But look, I can just pick all this up. I don't have to worry about anything.
That's great.
Now, on the other hand, if you're doing a lot of tile work and scraping, you do not want to cut yourself with this scraper.
Yes.
So, and it's got a good grip on it, so you can, scrape away, and your hands are going to be protected.
It's fantastic. All right, well, let's go take a look at something near the pool that involves chemicals.
Okay.
So, Kathy, a lot of projects that we might work on around the pool would involve chemicals.
Yes, and you need to wear your gloves when you're working with chemicals. This is the Solvex glove, and what's great about it, it's made from a material called nitrile that doesn't allow the chemical to permeate through the glove. Okay. So if you're working with pool chemicals or plumbing chemicals or lawn care chemicals, even concrete cleaners, you want to make sure that you wear the right kind of glove, and the Solvex is perfect for that. Now, those labels on the chemicals are there for a reason.
There's poison.
Different glove materials are recommended for use with different chemicals. So Ansell has developed a tool called Ansell Specware so that before you start your project, homeowners can go online to match the chemicals that they'll be using with the right glove.
Well, thank you so much, Kathy, for giving us all this fantastic advice on protecting our most valuable tools.
Right, our hands.
So where can our viewers find more information on Ansell gloves?
Well, all you got to do is go to ansellconstruction.com and find a list of all the retailers and online vendors for all the gloves that we talked about today, plus a whole lot of other gloves.
Okay, great. Well, it's been fun. Thank you so much, Kathy.
Thank you.
And a special thank you to everyone at Ansell Healthcare for making this all possible today here on Designing Spaces. If you'd like to view any part of the show again, just go to our website at designingspaces.tv. And there we've also put a link to the Ansell website as well. For Designing Spaces, I'm Rhonda Castagna.
That was a lot of fun. But seriously, DIY home improvement projects can be very fulfilling for homeowners. It's empowering.
It is, not to mention the value-added part of it. And you're really making your home a better place. And with that, it's time to say goodbye. We are out of time. Here on Designing Spaces, I'm David Jones.
And I'm Debbie Marie. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
For more information about anything you've seen on today's show or to find out how to be part of the show, log on to designingspaces.tv. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/dspacestv. Or friend us on Facebook. Type in the words Designing Spaces. You can visit these websites to learn more about the participants on this edition of Designing Spaces.